camp. I've talked to our running campers about this. We've had camps for 40 years. But for some reason, this last summer, it gelled more than any other thing. This is the one little tip that we gave them that has changed a lot of their racing performances, and I think it will impact you, but you're probably going to have to practice it a little bit more than just tomorrow, and that is this. What is your natural tendency at the end of a race? You gotta sprint for all you can, right? There's nothing wrong with sprinting, but you'll find the second and third gear if you relax and sprint. So think about that a minute. What do? Usually you clench that fist, you grit your teeth, and boy, you're going to get to that string, you're going to get across that finish line, you're going to see that time, you're going to celebrate. I can almost guarantee you that you will find an extra gear or two if I'm not saying not sprint, but I'm saying relax. That's hard because pain is great towards the end of a race, and your natural response is, boy, I've just got to dig a little deeper. The first time I learned this was in 1964 as a junior in high school. I was in the Olympic trials. I was fifth, 120 meters to go. Well, you got to be in the top three to go to the Olympics, so I'm going back home and be back in school this fall. And I thought, awful lot of work went into this. Why don't I just relax and see what happens? And I relaxed and started sprinting. I went from fifth to fourth to the Tokyo Olympics, number 3. I relaxed, and so I'm sharing that with you. It's something you need to practice a little bit, because when you do repetitions or a distance run towards the end and you have a tendency to fight it, practice relaxing and you will find yourself running faster at the end. If you watch a quality sprinter, you don't see their bit of tension on their face at all, do you? That's because they've learned that practice of letting the tension, having everything work for them by relaxing even their facial muscles. So think about that. When you get across the finish line, that's why even when I cross the finish line, a lot of times it's at that moment you get that expression in your face like, oh man, this really is painful. Well, you can do that just across the finish line, but wait till you get there. And so that was what Ann was talking about. We've talked about that with our campers, and we've had more emails back. Wow, I decided to relax, and I moved from, whatever it was, to first on my team, or our team won the state championship, or whatever. So it's a real important principle. Relax at the end of your race. Don't gut it. Yes, you can sprint, but don't tense up.
Last